Aloha, Borys here from Best Flooring Honolulu. Behind me, I have a super ugly wall that I totally dislike. And in this video, I'm gonna show you an installation. How would you install Slat wall panels by Nroro brand on a wall like this? So when you have nothing except for the drywall, your seams are sealed and sanded, and you're ready for the installation. It's gonna be like a step-by-step. What do I do? How do I do? Why do I do this thing or another? Specifically for this video, I'm going to be using clips that are sold separately, since in my opinion, that's the easiest way to do the installation. So step one, I prefer to start, since I'm going to be doing wall panels starting from over here from electrical box, and I'm going to install 8 panels that are going to finish over here. The reason is because this is going to be a display where contractors that come into my warehouse can see how the panel look like. So it's not made for like a beautiful decor element as you would have at your home or your office. It's more made like a display, so it's pretty straightforward, simple installation. But when you're going to be doing installation, or when the installation is going to be done at your place, it's going to be done exactly the same way. So since I'm not starting from the corner and I'm starting somewhere in the middle, and I recommend you to do this as well, I prefer to draw a straight line. In this case, I'm using a laser level by Nroro brand. It's a 16-line laser level that can be purchased at 119 doors with the free shipping all across the United States. So I did already put a laser level. You can see it in another video how to use laser level. And the laser line starts over here. So that's exactly where my first clips are going to start. Let's start. So I'm going to start from clips that are going to be installed there. They look like this. They are available for sale separately from the panels. I'm going to be using a electrical screwdriver, electrical drill, drywood anchors in order to do the installation. So step one would be to start from putting those clips into the wall, and then clicking the panel. You're going to see everything yourself in just a couple of seconds. A couple of things I want to notice. So I'm going to be using only 2 clips per panel, just because I don't need more. I don't want to be wasteful. Most installers would use somewhere from 4 to 6 clips per panel, so they're going to be using more, but the method is going to be exactly the same, so no changes on that part. So let's begin. As you can see, I already have a straight line, like a green straight line that I'm going to follow. So that's made specifically for me, so I can see how the panel is going to go, make sure it's going to go straight. Using 2 clips, so I'm going to put like first clip over here, and second clip I'm going to put somewhere over here. So I just put some dots to know where I'm going to drill holes for those clips. Step one is to make holes where my clips are going to go. I just use a drill with the drill bit that comes in the set of anchors with screws. Step 2, we're going to put anchors inside those holes using regular hammer. I want them to be flush with the wall. Step 3 would be to take screws, screwdriver and clips in order to install them. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing for the next clip. And now it's time for the easiest part. It's to click in the panel into the clips. So normally at this point, since the panel might be bigger than you need, you would measure it and you would cut using a regular table saw or meter saw with a fine blade. In my case, since I'm putting full panels, I'm skipping this step because I'm just using full pieces. So the first part is done. We put the first row of clips. We put first panel in. Now we're doing exactly the same thing, but now we're going to be putting clips from another side. So we can click in next panel in. So next 2 clips are going to be coming from this side, and they're going to be holding this panel. Because this panel has a ridge, like a ridge inside, like a hole, where next panel is going to be clicking in. So basically, this panel is held by the clips, and next panel is going to be held by this panel. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to install next two clips in order to hold this in place. The procedure is going to be exactly the same. So first I'm going to screw a hole, then I'm going to put an anchor, and after that I'm going to screw a screw inside. So I did drill 2 holes, I did put anchors in, and now it's time to screw the clips inside those holes. Great job, first part is done. Now we're moving to the next panel. So here's the next panel, and as I mentioned before, next panel clicks in the previous panel. So I don't need to put clips for this one. And now I'm going to putting clips in the back to hold this panel from this right side. So that's going to be my next step. For the next panels, I'm going to be doing exactly the same thing over and over again until I'm fully done. I'm going to speed up this process because I'm just going to be doing the same thing. Click in next panel in the previous panel, 2 clips. Next panel, 2 clips. Next panel, 2 clips. I'll just speed it up so you can see everything in a fast mode, not to bore you. And in less than 20 minutes, we're done. So trust me, I'm not the best installer. I'm not a very handy person. All installation in our company are done by professional installers who are good with their hands and with installation. I'm not the handiest person. And as you can see, even though installation is very simple and quick. So if you're a person who is DIYer, easy peasy done. So let's talk about a couple of things. First of all, of course, most people would prefer to have a solid color. So it's going to be all white or all black or all yellow. That's very common. So the way I did is just because it's display and I need all the colors so people can see the color of each panel before they make a purchase. So please ignore that part and just keep in mind that in your case, if you're putting it at home in an office, you're going to have all the planks the same color. Second, as you can see over here and at the end, you can still see clips. So what would you do about that? There is multiple ways how this can be fixed. The most common one is we sell transition pieces that are going to be matching color for the color of your choice. Each color has 3 different types of transition pieces. One is going to look like a square, like a corner, like this one. One is going to look like inside corner. One is going to look like railing. So you can use those transitions in order to cover your what's it called? Your clip, so it's not seen. That's option 1. Option 2, a lot of the times installers or contractors or people who install it, they would glue the first panel in order not to have clips at all. Or if there's a corner, they can hide this clip inside the drywall. So there's multiple ways, multiple options how this can be done. If you want to know which one works best for you, you can always let me know what's your situation, and I'll try to share with you my experience. I hope this helps. Same goes, so sometimes the best look from my experience is when the panels go from the floor, so they're like sitting on the floor like I have them, and they go all the way up to the ceiling, so they go like, they hit the ceiling basically. However, that's not always the case. Sometimes you want to cap it out on a certain heights, and it's not going to be the ceiling heights. So again, for this case, we would use one of those 3 transitions that we have in stock. They're going to be matching color. They're going to be just glued on the top of the panels in order to cover the seam or the top part or the bottom part, whichever your case is. I've seen a lot of the time people would just square it, so they're going to have transition here on the bottom, on the top, and on the other side. So that's an option as well. That's totally up to you. That's how you see, that's how it should be done. While I have your attention, let's talk about panels themselves. So those panels are made from PVC, and they have a colorful wraparound. The PVC is hollow inside, which makes the material much lighter. And also, if you have some kind of cables, they can be hidden inside the panel as well. Why we made them PVC? Because we're in Hawaii, we have high moisture, we have termites. Both of those things can be handled by the panels, which is great. If we made them wood, they would have problems with moisture, they would have problems with termites. One box has 5 panels inside. They're sold per box, which means one box is going to cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3.5 feet wide and 9.5 feet tall. And then you would cut them to the size. What are the most common applications for this type of product? I think the most common, it's people putting it behind the headboard in their bedroom. Also, a lot of the time they put it on the island of the cabinet. So basically, any wall where you want to make an accent, there is like multiple ways how you can install it. I suggest you check our website. There's a lot of photos and different ideas how those panels can be implemented at your home, starting from laundry room, finishing entryway, living room, bedroom, bathroom, wherever you see them fit. And as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 colors in stock here in Hawaii, and we ship them to all other islands, Big Island, Beausport, Kona, and Hilo, Kauaʻi, Maui, Lanai, Molokaʻi, no problem, we can ship it there. However, the reality is I have a 9's color, but I didn't have time to bring it in, so I cannot install it right now. I'll do it some other day. The 9's color is coa color, so it's kind of like reddish. So in order to install the panel, you would make a straight line for the starter. You would cut it to the size. You would screw a hole in the drywall. You would put an anchor. You would screw in a screw that would hold the clip. You would do as many clips as you need on one side. For most installations, it's 4 to 6 to 8 clips, depending on the contractor, on one side. You click in the panel. You put clips on the other side, and next panel clicks into the previous panel, into the first one. And you do this until you finish the whole area, the one that you want to do. In order to cover the clips, or if you have inside corners, outside corners, like let's say you're going around the square column, you would use transitions. We have those in stock. They're going to be matching color as well. We have clips in stock, the one you would use for the installation. We have panels in stock as well here in stock in Hawaii. Thank you very much for your attention. Borys was with you. In case if you would like to place an order, please visit Best Flooring Honolulu. You can place an order online, or you can visit us in store to get your free sample. We have 2 locations. One is in North Nimitz Center by the airport. Second one is here in Waipio Business Center, Unit 104 in Waipahu. And see you there, and I really hope we're going to help you with your dream project. Have a wonderful day. Aloha.